Hey guys, it's RebelQueen. I just finished watching the latest in the Tales of Arcadia series, Wizards. Um, it's a Netflix original series. Um, uh, okay, in case you are interested in watching this series, you're going to have to pretty much start from the beginning of the series and watch the original series, Troll Hunter, and then the next one, Three Below. And just to let you know, this series is actually done by, uh, it was made by Guillermo del Toro. So that's kind of actually what kind of got me watching the series in the first place, because yes, it is a kids show. So you don't have to worry about, like, if you watch it, if you have your little ones come in and go like, "Mommy, Daddy, what are you watching?" You don't have to worry about like any inappropriate scenes or anything. It's completely kid friendly. But it's like when the first series popped up and I like saw that, wait a minute, Guillermo del Toro is behind this thing. That's kind of what prompted me to watch the original series. I was like, okay, because I think you can kind of understand why I was like, okay, because generally when you see Guillermo del Toro on a lot of stuff, he's on big name movies like the first two Hellboy movies that came out that had Ron Perlman in them, and then and even then like on a lot of the even then like on a lot of the movies he does work on, they are a little more hardcore that you don't want like little kids on watching. And even though, like, don't get me wrong, I mean, his work is top notch. He's like one of the better guys out there in the movie industry right now. It's like when the series first popped up with the original Troll Hunter stuff, I was kind of like, okay, but it this was this was like a really good thing. And but when honestly, you're kind of gonna want to honestly, you're gonna want to binge like the first few series before you go into this one. Otherwise, you're going to be kind of like totally out of the loop. Well, actually, yes and no, because Tales of Arcadia, each little series kind of does play into its own little world, because Troll Hunter had its own thing going, and Three Below had its own thing going, but they do mesh seamlessly into each other. But Wizards does kind of pretty much go a little bit more into the Troll Hunter, the first series kind of thing. Even though, even though you kind of get the tidbit for Wizards at the end of Three Below, because it's like they kind of lead into each series, kind of. In fact, I did a little digging, and we do have like another thing for the Tales of Arcadia stuff coming up on that is going to be like a nice little ending to the whole deal. It's apparently going to be a movie, but that won't come out like until sometime in 2021, apparently. Which that'll be very interesting to see, because with how Del Toro has pretty much worked this whole universe out, I'm kind of like going, how is this whole thing going to work out? Especially now that I finished off Wizards, I'm kind of like, that along with like, but still just like without the whole thing in general, because I'm kind of like, okay, this is going to be interesting. But you really do feel for the characters and stuff, even, but it's like, you really just kind of need to watch from the very beginning, because you build that relationship with the characters that if you haven't been watching like from the first series on, that you kind of don't get that build up. Kind of like how in some other like correspondings, that pretty much like a good example would be like in the whole Marvel franchise, like even if you don't read the comics, like if you haven't been watching all the different Marvel movies, you wouldn't be able to get the whole, oh, we've grown so attached to all these different characters, how are we going to deal with them in the movies? Especially like how we got that whole bomb in Endgame and stuff. And like in the whole After Effects deal that's going to be happening once they start the new, once we finally can start the new stuff, the new phase of Marvel movies. But that's neither here nor there. But I was just using that as an example. The animation is pretty solid, along with all the different character designs. It's like, honestly, quite a few times when I've been watching all the different series, and even now in this one, I've been kind of going, holy crud. And even in Wizards, it's like sometimes with how they did the whole magic stuff, I was kind of like thinking, this is kind of reminding me of the Marvel stuff with Doctor Strange. Just an FYI, if you do kind of want to binge through to get to this point. And I'm kind of going, oh my god. Quick note, just to let you know, if you do want to do this, if you do want to do a binge, with Troll Hunter, if I remember right, because it's been a while since I've watched their episodes. They're like 12 episodes per season, if I remember right. But it's only like 3 seasons. And then like with Three Below, I think it was like 13, because they only did like 2 seasons for Three Below before they went into Wizards. And Wizards, they only did like the one limited series, so it's like only the 1 season. But for the storyline, for Wizards, basically, it's a good deal. They pretty much wrapped everything up for Wizards nicely, and kind of lets, from what little information we have on the wrap-up movie for this whole universe so far, from what I found out, that kind of gives us a good go starting point for the movie. And like I said, it is kid friendly. I'm kind of it does kind of stay true with Del Toro's stuff. If I remember right, from when everything first started with this series, I think he only came up with the story. He had somebody else like coming up with the designs and stuff, because it was like he originally came up with the story and had it, and was doing like a book. So it's like he came up with the story and was having somebody else do the artwork. So, but that's only if I remember right, so don't quote me on that. But it still kind of stays true to what we kind of expect whenever Del Toro is doing stuff in movies, because it's like I said, it's trolls. So it's like you see like all the different stuff with like what you would kind of expect with, like trolls and stuff. So it's like when you remember like stuff from Hellboy and all that. So it's like you can kind of almost expect like a little bit of that Del Toro flair almost. at least a little bit, especially like when it comes to like the evil stuff that our young intrepid hero has to face, or at least all the troubles he has to deal with. And I don't really think I've ever seen any Del Toro works that's more sci-fi. At least I don't think so, but I could be wrong. But Three Below, which kind of goes that more sci-fi route, you kind of see, it really does kind of remind you along that lines too, with the alien designs. But still, without giving too much away about Wizards, it really does kind of give you all that kind of flair. And it is, like I said, the whole series is just like it is good, and it is kid friendly. It's all 3 series are on Netflix, so if you do have a Netflix thing, you can go on and watch it right now. For Wizards, I would give it, I would say at least a 8.59. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not trying. I'm not saying that it wasn't like really good, but it's like at the same time, if you go in watching this, like not watching the other series beforehand, you're going to be slightly lost. So that's why I have to kind of give it that downgrade. So it's like, yeah, you kind of need to keep into account that if you don't watch the other series first, you're going to be lost. But it's like slightly lost, but um that's actually about it. I can't really think of anything bad about the series. Albion is probably gonna stream some stuff here soon. Like I said, we think we got the issue figured out that was giving us the weird echo effect when he did his Yakuza overview. So hopefully when he does stream, he's gotten that taken care of. So hopefully you'll tune in, guys, and we'll see you guys, and hopefully everything will get a little calmed down soon so that we can start kind of getting back on our streaming schedule again, and you can see both of us together. And also hopefully same for the movie stuff, because I know there's a lot of stuff that we both wanted to go out and see and then do a review for you guys, but with how this is kind of turning out, movie theaters are still kind of getting kicked in the proverbial butt. But what can you do? It's either safety or try to make that big box office hit. But on that note, for everybody who has family members who are first responders and in hospitals and stuff. I hope you guys, tongue tied there. I hope your guys' family members come home safe, and if you guys are first responders and all that who are watching this, I hope you guys are able to go home to your family safely. I know it can't be easy having to probably go through numerous disinfecting checks before you're able to either leave or see your family, but you guys are pretty much, I know you guys are pretty much putting yourself at risk to just take care of everybody else. So thank you guys, and hopefully we'll finally soon have something come up soon, because from paying attention to the news, I know we've got at least some possible vaccines on the way. Anyway, that's it, guys. Talk to you more later. Bye.